4 AFLW players out there today, and we're about to get underway, Todd Morris.
Well, it's fantastic to be here. Great to be calling the VFLW on afl.com.au. The tap was won there by Pearce. Just went forward here. Some good momentum coming forward early. Bursting through was Boyd, but Boyd wrapped up. And we're going to get a ball up here. Half forward line for Collingwood. Great tap early by Pearce. Pearce working, trying to get front position, but just couldn't get over the top of Torpy. Kick will come out wide. Collecting the kick is Ramsdale with the hand pass going out wide. Now they'll just work it going forward. Do the Pies. That one was slapped on the boot. It was a bit of a spiralling kick in the end. Bounced awkwardly. It came inboard. Some wayward hands and a great tackle laid there on Ryan. And we're going to get a ball up.
Yep, it's pretty cold out there, so the girls will want to warm up early on, get a couple of hits in there, and just work their way into this game. The Saints forced to defend early on. Sarah Ingram able to get a kick away, but only as far as Natalie Plain, who's one of the 4 AFLW listed Saints out there in this game. Untidy exit from defence, though, has caused some issues. Collingwood's pressure has been good early on, but now they're out. Tregellis getting the dubious looking handball away was Kearns, and in fact it wasn't a handball. It's going to be a Collingwood free kick to the lone remaining player from last year's team in Marnie Jarvis.
Marnie Jarvis goes down the line, kicks to 101. Saints have numbers at the back. Hand pass working forward there by Grant. He'll just be on the edge of the square here. And they'll dive on the footy here, and it'll look to be a Collingwood ball up. Not just yet. The umpire letting that one go. It finally spills out. Well, Freeman couldn't quite get a boot to it. The Saints will come away with it here. The hand pass into the pocket. They'll look for the clearance now. Great work there to get around one. Kick going down the line. Goes out the back of the pack. Going to be a foot race to get this footy. That was nice, clean pickup. Hand pass inboard now to find Shoot. Shoot put it inboard. A great mark. And good work here in the back line from the Saints. Bringing that out is Winnie Lang. She'll go out wide now to Matthews, and Matthews got it on the boot. Looking inboard. That was a good grab by Hines. So Hines just waiting for the teammates to get down the park. Hines with the big kick into the corridor. Getting underneath that nicely there was Pearce. Knocked it to the front of the pack. That was a great kick. Good hit to find De Giacomi.
She's come over in the off-season from Geelong. Sachi De Giacomi. And the Pies inside 50. And that mark is held on to. There is a breeze going towards the left of screen. Collingwood kicking with that in the opening term. It's Grant who has it. She looks pretty confident, but even with the breeze, you think this one will test her. It'll drop short. Big pack of players around it. Tackle comes from Ricardo. And Todd, we were talking before the start of this game. The Saints actually have more players who were Magpies last year than the Magpies do, if that makes sense.
That's an unusual one. Very rarely would you ever see that happen, but a big clean-up on the Collingwood list. A change coach, obviously, kick out of the pack. Could that be the first? No. It goes wide and it's a behind. But a change of coach and a totally new personnel. They're looking great. They're looking to play a connected brand of footy already, and it was kind of expected coming into this one that it'll take them a little while. However, their systems are proving to be well here early in this game. Southern Saints will bring that one in. Kick down the line here. Camping under that one, just couldn't quite get it. Saints will try and link up here, but that was picked up and taken away nicely by Walsh. Walsh found the target. Now the hand pass came out wide to Jarvis. Jarvis went over the top. Now the kick into the corridor. It's an awkward bounce for everybody. Scooping in to try and pick that up was Granville, but Granville was wrapped up. And we're going to get a ball up inside 50. No free kick given here to the Saints.
That's Lang, who's had a couple of touches early. Trying to clear D50, the Saints, out of bounds. Offhands, not the worst result. Ava Campbell, one of those new Magpies. 3 disposals to lead all comers so far, and she's actually playing in a forward role for Collingwood. I've seen a bit of her play over the last couple of years for the Eastern Rangers, and she's been primarily a defender. So a role change for her as she makes her way into open age footy. Kick comes away from Peterson, the reigning joint Lambert-Pearce medalist, who's made the switch from Box Hill in the off-season to Collingwood. Chaos ball inside 50, might work out for the Pies. But good defence from the Saints so far. Over the top of it is Eno. And that ball not coming out. Collingwood clearly winning the territory battle so far.
They certainly are. They're doing a great job of locking it inside 50. Freeman in the ruck tried to get it going for Collingwood but couldn't. Ball went to the foot of the pack. Something here, can they create? They just can't, as that one's wrapped up. And we're going to get another ball up here on the edge of the goal square. So Ricardo was there. Ball thrown up in the air. Just come down to the bottom of the pack. The Saints will get it and clear it all out through Tregellis. Tregellis looking for a target there in Lang. Lang head over the footy, picked it up nicely, then got it away cleanly. Tregellis came in to help out. She was tackled and taken out over the line. We'll get a boundary throw-in.
So those 2 ex-Magpies who are now Saints, Evangelia Nikolitsis and Georgia Ricardo, are actually listed as 2 of their 3 best players in that grand final loss as well. Nikolitsis kicked 2 of Collingwood's 3 goals for the entire game. As we get an out-of-bounds free kick. Last touch, of course, in between the arcs is the rule here in the Rebel VFLW. That free kick will be taken by Ramos. Lang held the front position over Campbell, but Campbell did well to apply the pressure and force a throw-in. Ava Campbell, also a great leader. Just 19 years old, but she was the captain of the Eastern Rangers last year. They fell short in the Coates Talent League Girls Grand Final. Penry, I should say, keeps it alive. Lang, chance for the Saints to go into attack for the first time. They're over-possessing it, which is inviting the Collingwood pressure, and they force another turnover. Pearce had a fumble. She's straight off the Richmond AFLW list. Tries to take them all on. And the umpire is a little bit lenient.
Lily Pearce putting in a great game already. A lot of pressure around the footy, using good use of her body here as she's in the ruck. That ruck tap there was won by Torpy. He'll come down and trying to get rid of it was Alexandra Hines. Just couldn't in the end. We'll get another ball up. So Pearce versus Torpy, both great sizes. Double-handed tap there to Torpy, but it'll come out to Collingwood's advantage in Ramos. She got it going forward. Now with the ball, tackled was Ingram. And they have been pinged for holding the ball. So it's going to be Southern Saints footy here. Dina Jolliffe to take it. Cross half back, sends it long. Looking in the Torpy direction. Didn't quite get to the footy. Torpy will try. Comes out here for Peterson. Peterson loops one over the top to Ingram. Ingram was caught in a tackle but got the hand pass away. The Pies still get it going forward. Comes in now to Granville. She's held up. Now get it away. Peterson kicked it forward. Just bobbling around in the pack at the moment. The Saints will try and look to mop up here. Crashing in was Hodder. Finally comes out here. Still going forward with it. And again, wrapped up. The umpire come in and we'll get a ball up inside 50 for the Pies.
Almost 10 minutes into this one and it is a hot footy. Ramos has 5 disposals to lead the Pies. Winnie Lang's been busy for the Saints with 4 of her own. And the ball's been mostly in this part of the ground. Collingwood just unable to manufacture any clean shots at goal in the early stages. We've seen a little bit of a Kayla Peterson early as well, who, as I mentioned, played for Box Hill last year and was one of 3 Lambert-Pearce medalists last year. We had a 3-way tie as Ramsdale intercepts. She's a former Southern Saint. Drives it inside 50. Campbell couldn't quite keep it in. Ava Campbell, I've mentioned her a lot. Averaged 14 disposals and 3.5 marks, playing mostly as a defender in the Coates Talent League last season. Has made the move to the forward line under Tom Cashin at Collingwood. Inside forward 50, the Pies go, but Guttridge is going to turn it over. Eno. Neat looking kick, but she had nowhere to go.
Pies playing really disciplined footy at the moment, not getting sucked in and all going forward to the forward line. They're able to build that wall and get repeat entries. However, Saints do have numbers back, and that will result in an intercept mark. They'll elect to go down the line. Looking for an option there, almost taking the grab was Friend. It came to the front of the pack. Friend got it and got it on the boot. And this is where the Pies have the numbers. It's going to be a 1-on-5 in the end. They'll now swoop ahead. Good centering pass there to Jarvis. Jarvis on the footy, got the hand pass away. This is great build up in play, but that kick was smothered. Jarvis is going to have to go in and try and get it. Bit of a 1-on-1 contest here. Now, if the Saints can get a tackle here and kill the ball, they can then start to move their numbers forward and get that territory going their way, which is perfect outcome for them. So we now start to get some structure here for the Southern Saints as we have a ball up in the middle.
Real chance to get it inside 50 for the first time for the Saints, but Ryan said not on my watch as she gets it moving forward. And we'll get another stoppage, other side of the centre circles. Kayla Peterson has been busy in the last few minutes. She's got 5 touches, joining Remos for most on the ground. Chance here for the Saints as they win the clearance. Nikolitsis has got to compete against a couple. And in fact, she got a cruel bounce. Phelan, one way then the other. The Collingwood pressure, terrific so far to start this game. Fosbrook lays the tackle. And we'll get another stoppage.
Piper Phelan running hot at the moment. Has the last 3 clearances out of stoppages. Great to see her applying her impact on the game. It's what more of the Saints need. Ruck contest there was won by Ryan. It'll come down to the boundary line. Trying to get the kick going forward was Fosbrook, but that was smothered. And it's going to be held up in the pack. We're going to get another ball up here on the broadcast side, right in front of the Southern Saints bench. So Ruck tap that time, came down. Another possession there for Tregalis, but got it going the wrong way. Osborne tried to get it going forward. Ball comes in now. Great pressure here from the Pies. Saints try and get that one away. That kick was smothered. And again, another tackle inside 50. We'll see that one go out over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in, and Pearce makes her way into the ruck contest.
Tallest player out there, Lily Pearce. Straight off the Richmond AFLW list, as I mentioned, 186 centimetres, only 21 years old. She's got a lot of development left in her as she seeks another AFLW opportunity. Umpire taking his time, but he does call for it in the end.
And with the AFLW expanding and clubs joining, there's such an opportunity to play some really good football here in the VFLW.
Absolutely. We're up to 18 teams now, and competition is stronger than ever, as is this competition, the Rebel VFLW. It was, to put it mildly, Todd, a crazy season last year. You had the top 8 teams on the table separated by maybe a game and a half off the top of my head. Collingwood finished second and made the grand finals. They go inside 50. Umpires picked out a free going to the Southern Saints. And just for context, the Saints started the season 8-3, finished 8-6, but finished 7th and missed out on finals on percentage.
Yeah, it was a tough one. They needed to win by a decent margin. They just couldn't quite get it done. to make the finals. We saw the Pies go all the way, play the Borough in the grand final, but fell short that day. Ball coming out here wide. Again, the Pies just dominating at the coalface. Great kick inside 50 by Ryan. That mark was spilled there. We'll go to the foot of the pack. And we'll get another ball up inside 50. All about territory here this evening, and the Pies have done all that attacking, all that territory. They lead by the solitary behind. Fisted away nicely. And we're going to get another stoppage. 15 minutes and 24 seconds played here in the first term.
And this will play right into the Southern Saints' hands. They were actually one of the lowest scoring teams in the comp last season, the Saints, despite almost making finals. They do love a scrap, whereas Collingwood was actually the second highest scoring team. So the Saints have defended really well so far, going against the breeze. Don't think they've had it inside 50, but the back line is holding up well. Lang scoops it over the top to Jolliffe. Just puts it out in front of Kearns. Able to gather and do a U-turn. Looking corridor, Nikolitsis. Used the body well in the contest, but couldn't complete the mark. On all fours, Torpy gets it out. Lang another touch. Plains kick, just a roller along the ground. A little bit messy from both sides, but now we get a stoppage.
Just as the Saints were coming out of D50 there, really well-structured team, Collingwood. There was a 7-on-2 situation, 7 Collingwood players to the only 2 Southern Saints. So that's why they've been able to get the ball going back in their favour. However, with this stoppage here, it's been helpful. The numbers have kind of evened out now as the Southern Saints have been able to push some numbers deep into their 50. It's all about this clearance here. If they can get it going forward, it'll be a big help. Pearce in the ruck, won the tap. Will come down now. Trying to get it out. The Saints just tackled there, just got the kick going forward. That's going to help. But unfortunately, Watts is back there for the Pies. Watts will get it on the boot. It was a little bit of a mongrel kick going forward. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Territory building at the moment for the Southern Saints. If they can just keep it in this half of the ground, they look primed here for a score.
From the restart, Torpy had it knocked out of her hands. Quick hands were good, but Osborne couldn't handle it. And then she got high on the tackle. So Saints ball on the outer side of the ground. That's Ricardo who has it. Drives it long. The Saints get inside 50 for the first time. We'll get to see how Collingwood defend in their back half. Ryan and Lennox involved as they force a ball up. Ramos up to 6 disposals, so too Lang for the Saints. Michaela Peterson has had 5. And she looks to get back on the ground. Ball locked in. And that'll be another stoppage as we approach the end of this first term.
So ball thrown in the air, front position there to the Saints, bending over Pearce with the tackle. It's going to get locked in. We're going to get a repeat ball up. This is good here. Southern Saints can build from this. Pearce got front position, got 2 hands to it in the end. Sweeping in nicely and turning and looking to go as Penry. That kick was a bit of a wobbler. Now will come out here. Trying to get it going back was Lang, but Lang was wrapped up. And we're going to get a ball up again inside 50. So Pearce versus Torpy. That one came out now. Kick going forward by Ricardo was smothered. And there was a free kick here for a push. It looks like Ricardo will take the kick. Looks a little ginger and sore getting up. Just clutching at the knee there and the rib at the same time. Ricardo may not be able to take the kick here. There's a whistle downfield. A little bit going on in the goal square there. This kick's going to be advanced. So the Southern Saints are going to have the ball in their goal square here. No, it's going to be a ball up. No, it'll be a free kick, sorry. And it's going to be Ricardo. So Ricardo to take it on the edge of the square. So this is handy stuff here. Goals are a premium. Ricardo kicks the first of the game, and all of a sudden the Southern Saints have a 5-point lead right on the siren too. That is nice and handy as they go into quarter time leading by 5.
And for all their dominance.
However, the Saints on that one with a 100% conversion rate, you'd have to be more than happy with that. Meg Ryan with a footy just went into the pack and tackled. Meg Ryan obviously elected as captain, great leadership, was on the AFLW list for the Bombers. Pearce won the tap on that occasion. Collingwood get it going forward. They'll look for another entry here, but Boyd cut it off, did really well. Got it going forward there to Lang. Lang back to Boyd, and Boyd on the boot. We're on the outer side of the ground. That was almost a great mark. Coming back in to the middle. There's all Saints surrounding the footy. Picking it up there was Keames. Now the kick comes out wide. That was a great finder there to find Caitlin Matthews, who is on the Saints AFLW list, is Matthews. Matthews just roosted that ball into the danger area, trying to get across there, but just couldn't quite, was Hunt. All spilling to the bottom of the pack. Collingwood have numbers out here through Jarvis. Jarvis got it going forward, and now the kick will be turned over, and the Saints will look to attack.
Yep, set up well behind the ball, but Kearns has turned it over. And Collingwood are going to try build up patiently. Working the corridor initially. Short ball finds its intended target in Ryan. Couldn't get, Taylor I should say, couldn't get it to Ryan, who's wrapped up by Nikolitsis. As we ball it up, Torpy takes clean possession but couldn't get boot to ball, and Pearce will win the free kick as a result. She's been good early on, Lily Pearce. Ooh, a couple of Saints collide. They both get back up though, which is good to see as play goes on. Campbell to the top of the square. Can they get a mark? Not quite. At the fall of the ball, the Saints will rush it through. Good defending early on from the Saints.
So Boyd to take the kick in. Boyd's been super impressive across half-back. Just to generate a decent amount of play going in her favour. Boyd will elect to play on. There was no one on the mark, which gave some extra room to get that kick out wide. That was a great mark out wide. Now they'll come into the corridor, but the Pies have numbers back. Good mark going back with the fly to the footy. They'll put it back straight into the corridor. Mark taken. Now they'll link up here. 1-on-1. Great bit of possession here. Boyd trying to get involved there for the Saints. There was a free kick awarded here. So Collingwood are going to get a clean entry coming in. It's going to be Granville. Granville just assessing options. On the left boot, got it going in, Board. Too bad, picked up there by Boyd. Tried to get it onto the boot going forward. Instead, it got onto a boot, and it's going to make its way out for a boundary throw in inside 50 here for the Pies.
So the second term starting much how the first one played out. Territory dominated by Collingwood. They've only got the two behinds on the board. The only goal of the game went to Georgia Ricardo. Saints trying to get it moving forward, and bursting away is Tregellis. Get it to round one, not quite the second, but able to find a teammate by hand. Gathered cleanly by Hunt, then lost control, but she was held. So a chance for the Saints to go forward before all the Collingwood numbers push back, but they've done it well, the Pies. And yet, Hunt still found Lang in between a few Pies, but she couldn't hang on. And now we get a ball up.
So ball up here just on the edge of 50 for the Saints. Pearce will try and get there against Torpy. Ball come to the foot of the pack. Tregellis trying to get in and under and get it going forward. Tregellis' game around the contest has been impressive so far. Just couldn't quite get it going forward. So Pearce and Torpy battling away. Pearce got two hands to the footy, then flicked it forward. Torpy battling away, trying to get it going forward was Joliffe. And she was wrapped up. We're going to get a ball up here on the edge of 50.
Joliffe, a former AFLW listed player at St Kilda, lost a spot on the list after last season. Lang's hands were clean in traffic. Tregellis has some explosive traits about her. Ryan inside 50. Mark not taken by Ramsdale. Kick smothered. Collingwood's turn to defend. Ramsdale trying to rip it away, but unable to. Saints lead it by 4 points. Early second term. Henry with the leap. Hodder had it for a moment, then lost it. Peterson puts it into space for her former Box Hill teammate in Fosbrook. And Ingram emerges with the footy. So a one-on-one forward of the ball. Good work in the end by Granville to get it to ground. And now the Pies a chance. They work it by hand. Osborne lurking, but the kick away from Matthews. Father-daughter selection of St Kilda a couple of years ago. Dad Dean played just a single game for St Kilda in the 90s as Collingwood looked to build up once again. This is Dyson. Short ball, better forward 50 entry as the mark is taken by Grant. She's going to set it up. Off hands at the back. Boot to ball, and it dribbles through for a goal. Sachi DeGiacomi.
It's a brilliant goal. Battled really hard to get to the front of the pack and then just got something on it to get it going forward. And obviously goals being a premium in this game. The Pies retake the lead at 1-2-8. Play the Southern Saints, one straight 6.
So against all logic, Todd, the right of screen appears to be the scoring end.
Yes, it is. It was opposite in that first game. However, the conditions have changed quite a bit. It's got much colder, but that breeze is a lot less. And the Pies have been great at being able to get the ball going forward. They lead the inside 50 count 17-4, which has resulted into the better scoring ledger at the moment. Pretty even for disposal, 78-76 for the teams as it's back in the middle. Tregellis applying a great tackle. The Pies will come away with it though. That ball just went to the bottom of the pack and it will... No, still play on. Tregellis tried to run away with it but was brought to the ground in a great tackle. And another good tackle laid there by Joliffe, but no. It's going to be Pies footy. So what can they generate here from this free kick? They'll stick the ball long inside 50. Oh, that's a brilliant mark. Really good use of the body to get to the drop zone. Most recent goal scorer, the Jacomi. She'll go back and looks like she's going to take the shot here. Elects to go early to a great lead, almost a chest mark. Comes to the bottom of the pack. They'll raffle it off here. The Pies will get to it first, but great defensive pressure by the Saints to wrap that up. And we'll get a ball up inside 50.
Collingwood in control at the minute. Ryan in the ruck against Torpy. The ladder won it down. The Saints had numbers on the outside. Lang only as far though as Peterson. Top of the square. And Campbell was right there to take the mark. As I mentioned earlier, spent most of her under 18 footy playing in defence. Didn't kick a goal last season for the Eastern Rangers. but has been turned into a forward under Tom Cashin, and she just misses to the near side. We've got a player down. Looks like Kearns for the Saints, receiving attention, and that'll put a halt to play for the time being.
Looks to be a lower part of the body. Maybe you're clutching at her leg, or is it a rib? I think to that lower back area. Just in the hands of the trainers at the moment. So 139 here. Again, Collingwood getting more inside 50 entries. 19-4 at the moment. That's been the real tail of the tape.
Winnie Lang's got 10 disposals to lead all comers. Boyd 8. Matthews and Torpy each with 7 for the Saints. Collingwood, Kayla Peterson just picks up right where she left off after last season. She's got 8 disposals, as does Carly Ramos. And Campbell and Grant next up with 7 apiece.
Kearns looks to be in a fair bit of pain there. As it looks to be something in the leg region. Is she just limping off the ground at the hands of the trainers?
It doesn't look good, does it?
No, not at all. So interesting setup here by the Saints. They're pretty spread out into the corridor and the outer side of the ground. It's going to be Ricardo to bring it in. You feel Ricardo's probably going to play on here, as they have plenty of room to operate. Ricardo plays on, takes a good sprint, gets a big kick out wide. There's a fisted challenge. It'll go to the bottom of the pack. Tried to clean that one up nicely was the Jacomi, but couldn't get it going forward as they were tackled, and we'll get a ball up on the outer side.
Jacomi's a real spark plug, isn't she, when she gets involved? Former Geelong player from last season. Ball in congestion. Saints able to break free momentarily. Collingwood looking to win it back, but it's in among a number of bodies. Clearing kick from the Saints is cut off. That's Taylor. Inside 50 she goes. Over the head of Campbell. Matthews under pressure, able to find Boyd. She's been influential so far in this contest. Getting a bad bounce. There was Nikolitsis. Players from both sides throwing their bodies in. And the umpire says, give it to me.
You mentioned Boyd there, Peps. I've really been impressed with Tessa Boyd's game. 8 disposals with the 5 kicks and the 5 handballs, but it's just been her pressure of being able to get the ball to ground and create a contest. Ryan bursts through the pack, then tries to shrug off the tackle from Hines, but just couldn't in the end. And we noticed before in the crowd, there's a tricolour, a little Irish flag in the crowd, and we're tipping that's for Meg Ryan, and she's originally from Ireland. That one coming in, and a great mark there by the Jacomi. He's been brilliant in this game, been really strong, a great presence into the corridor. It was a dangerous kick, picked up by Ryan, tried to get the footy going forward. The handball went up in the air, then spilled, and there'll be a pack that will form, and a good tackle there by Hodder to lock that one in, and Hodder's going to get the free kick. It's going to go her way. So just coming back to take the kick there is Nikolaitis. Down the line, looking for Hunt. Hunt couldn't quite get there. Trying to get across there, and Ramsdale got it, but Ramsdale was in the tackle. Bursting through. The Saints could turn one of their rare inside 50s into a score here if they're lucky, but it's just on the regulation centre-half forward position for them. But we'll see a ball up.
Ricardo and DeGiacomi, the goal kickers in this game. Pearce tries to thump it forward. Fosbrook was strong, but couldn't break the tackle. Pearce and Penry go at it. Call it a draw. Hodder's over the top of it. And repeat stoppage is the name of the game at the moment. Lang up to 10 disposals. Boyd 9. Ramos 9, and DeGiacomi is up to 8, Todd. We've mentioned her a few times. Here's Ryan. Trying to find a teammate. Hodder gathers the loose ball. Long and high inside 50. Collingwood with numbers, though. Nervy moments for Amber Shoot, but the Pies will get out of danger, or will they? Nikolitzis keeps it alive. Wobbly kick, top of the square. Chaos ball might fool them all. Chance now. Ryan. But it's cut off as Collingwood forced to hold on in defence. And they'll look to exit defensive 50.
Exit defensive 50 they do as they link up a few marking kicks here. This is great build-up in play. It's Walsh has it on the outer side, right in front of the scoreboard. Walsh elects the kick. This one goes into traffic, almost marked there, but it'll go to the front of the pack. They'll turn and go. Ball now looking around that centre-half forward position. The Saints have numbers back. It's a one-on-one race here. Winning out overall was Plain, and then Plain sent it forward with a great kick. And what a great mark. That was fantastic. So Stobie now with it. Probably a little too far out to score. Stobie elects to get the hand pass away. Ricardo comes crashing in. Her kick was smothered. Now it's picked up. Collingwood under pressure here. They're under siege. They get the kick away. They get it out to the middle. Great mark at centre-half back, and now they'll get it into the middle of the ground. Coming through there was Tregellis. Picked it up nicely. Got the kick going forward, looking for Ricardo, but it didn't go to Ricardo. Great pace there from Nikolitzis, but she was wrapped up in a tackle. Collingwood will win the free kick, and they have it across half-back.
Jeez, Nikolitzis was super clean there. Just couldn't get boot to ball as Ryan makes life difficult for her teammates, but they're going to be good enough to get it towards the centre of the ground. Campbell, little fumble. Torpy just got her high. Campbell's been busy in this opening half. And she shows off the foot skills there as she finds Osborne. Short ball again is good. Taylor's long to the top of the square. Mark not quite taken. Collingwood do have numbers here. The Saints defending for their lives. Ball still moving around, but now we get the stoppage. Late stages of this second term, although it might be a long one, seeing as we had the player come off the ground in Kearns.
That was thrown up. Trying to get it out there was Torpy, but it went to the opposition. Ball to the top of the square. They'll battle away for it here. It's a tight contest. They dive on it. Great tackle. If they can just get it through. Tregellis laying the tackle. It was a gang tackle in again. Bounced kindly for Tregellis. Got the hand pass away. That's great build-up. I've really been impressed with Tregellis' game. Has really been good in and under. There's a one-on-one out here. The battle there was won by Penry. Penry got it on the boot. It was a good kick into the corridor, but it was a 1-on-4. The Pies had the extra numbers. Hunt dived on the footy smartly. Bring it in. Will she get away with it? She will. That was smart. Been able to kill the footy and get some numbers at the contest. I like that, as she was outnumbered about 1-4.
3-point game. Torpy tries to bang it forward. Ingram, though, crashing through. Didn't dispose of it properly. The Saints getting a couple of breaks. Nikolitzis has been influential. Spots a teammate out wide. That's Lang. In fact, Guttridge it is. Ricardo couldn't hang on to the mark. Spills free into the pocket. And that is a terrific goal. Courtney Orty. Fantastic. A little bit of brilliance sees the Southern Saints take a 3-point lead as we get close to the half.
So brilliant play there from the Saints going forward. Their conversion's been absolutely brilliant.
It was Plain, in fact, we'll just confirm.
So ball back into the middle. So Torpy and Pearce will battle away. Important stoppage here. Siren not far away, about 20 seconds left in this quarter, but a little bit longer because we had that injury on the stoppage. Crashing in there was Lang. Ball's thrown up in the air. Now the 20 minutes, there it is, it's gone. So it'll be interesting to see how long we have for the stoppage. Lang trying to get it out. Torpy over the top, got it going forward, but Pies have the numbers in Peterson. Now they'll go forward through Cronin. Kick to the centre half forward position. That was bobbled around. Torpy over that one. It was held, and we'll get a ball up. Apologies, that was Guttridge.
Guttridge, one of the AFL listed Saints. AFLW listed Saints, I should say, out there. Osborne not going anywhere. Ball does spill free, though. Tregellis has had a great first half, as Todd's mentioned. So is this player, Lang. Can't take control of the footy. Had support, though, in the form of Jolliffe. The Pies turn it over, though, and will go forward once again. Siren will beat Ingram to it, though, as we go to the main change, and a piece of individual brilliance from Natalie Plain sees the Southern Saints go into halftime with a 3-point lead, 2 straight 12.
Here in this game, they've had the way less inside 50s, but they've got the scoreboard pressure, the thing that matters most. Tap away, or come out wide here, picking up the footy there was Ingram, who got on the boot going forward. Collingwood enter inside 50 first, but Saints have numbers back there in defence. And that was wrapped up. Unable to get rid of it there was Matthews, and we'll get a ball up. So Torpy against Pearce. Torpy got the tap away. That was great ruck work. I've been super impressed with Torpy's game in the ruck. Great use of the body, and against a tough opponent in Lily Pearce.
Yep.
And again, thrown up again. Torpy winning the tap on that occasion. Clearance undetermined at this stage. It's a wrestle for it. Friend is in there, but just couldn't quite get it going.
Yep, you mentioned Torpy, just 19 years old. This is her first game at VFLW level. Came through the Sandy Dragons pathway, as a lot of the Southern Saints players do. As intercepted by Ramsdale, a former Saint herself. Just hoists it high. Saints with numbers, unable to complete the mark though. Henry trying to break through a couple of tackles, unable to. 3-point game, 90 seconds gone in this third term. Here's a chance for Shoot. And she's won a free kick for herself. Amber Shoot, pick 32 in the 2023 AFLW draft. One of 3 AFLW listed Magpies out there tonight. High ball into attack through a couple of sets of hands. And here's some run and dash from Matthews. Still going Matthews. The kick let her down a little bit though. Cronin. An early pick in that 2023 AFLW draft. Pick 9, I believe. Grant picks up cleanly. Just puts it to a central location. And a strong mark taken by Campbell.
Really strong mark. Got to the drop zone really well, did Campbell. Brilliant play. Great work across half back. Lucy Cronin got that ball going forward. Got a lot of purchase on it, and it's resulted into a great inside 50 here for the Pies.
Yep, haven't seen a ton of Cronin in this game, but you just see the class that made her a top 10 pick in the draft. As Campbell looks to frank it with a goal. A wobbly ball, won't have the distance. Osborne can't quite pick it up. Just overran it. The Saints defence has been resolute so far tonight. Fosbrook bodied her opponent out of it, but left the ball behind. Pearce unable to gather cleanly. as we get a ball up.
So inside 50 here for the Pies. The ball went up in the air and then it was wrapped up. Torpy was tackled by Pearce and they'll battle away again. Pearce using the long limbs, won the tap, got it going down. Just the tackle there and it'll spill out over the line. Be a boundary throw in. So inside 50, boundary throw in. Between the arcs, it's last touch rule. It's the boundary throw in here in territory. Pearce got there first, got the hand pass away. This is looking dangerous. Got around one, shot a goal. No, it hit the behind post. Almost heartbreak there for the Saints. Collingwood 1-4-10. The Saints 2 straight 12.
Geez, that was impressive. The burst away from the pack. Just couldn't quite finish it. As the ball's brought back into play by the Saints. Torpy, the tall timber, gets a hand to it. Just off the bench is Ryan, immediately involved, but couldn't handle it cleanly. So it'll be Penry and Pearce. No, Torpy and Ingram in the end. The other rucks just got there a little bit late. Ingram had Torpy all wrapped up. Sarah Ingram, 23 years old. Plays her local footy at Kew. As do a lot of these Collingwood players. Fosbrook one-on-one, got a hand to it. Dragged to ground was Hines. She goes in again and isn't going anywhere this time.
Plenty of stoppages in this game. The hit-out's going Collingwood's way, 31-14. The Saints. Clearances Collingwood 20. The Saints 17 as Pearce won the tap on that occasion. Torpy applying the tackle. It's going to get locked up again. Trying to stand up with it was Ingram, but the umpire came in and says, I'll take that. So Pearce and Torpy, they clash. Pearce again winning the tap. Ingram tried to get the footy, got it. Tried to break through, but was put in a great tackle. Umpire comes in and says, ball it up again. That was probably a borderline call as she took on the opponent. Got to advantage. Pearce winning another tap. That ball now will come out over the line and we'll get a last touch free kick. No, because it was in the tackle. Will be a throw in.
2-point game, 2 straight plays, 1-4. Ramos up to 12 disposals for Collingwood. Winnie Lang has 11 for the Saints. Through the traffic and losing possession was Ramos. Went back and won it though. Little fumble from Watts. Nikki Watts turns 24 years old today, so happy birthday to her. She's had a little bit of the ball in her first game as a member of the Collingwood VFLW side. Gathered cleanly by Cronin, and she's got a bit of dash. Sent it towards half forward, but only as far as Plain, who's kicked one of the goals of the season, I reckon. Ryan now, as the Saints go forward. Lennox had it bounce off her chest. Ryan goes in again, and Lennox wants to atone with a strong tackle.
I know Cronin's clearance here across half back, it did come rebounding back. However, got great penetration on the footy. You can hear that one from up here hitting the boot. She's just a natural great kicker of the footy. It's great to see across half back for the Pies. That one went up and down. Hodder was hoddled over that one. But we'll get a ball up here. Danger zone here for the Pies. The Saints have been quite efficient with their inside 50s, scoring the 2 straight majors. Numbers here for the Saints. They'll look to go inboard. Great hand pass, working it forward now. They'll put that into the corridor. There's Hunt taking a great grab. Had 2 goes at it, then was strong in the hands. She'll go back to her routine and have a shot at goal. Chloe Hunt on debut.
We saw this in the first term, Todd. Collingwood dominating territory, and then the Saints one chance to go forward, and they make them pay.
Now, the Saints teammates must back her in here. There is not one Southern Saint on the goal line. Well, in fact, sorry, there is now. There's Jolliffe on the goal line. It's all surrounded by pies. And, of course, why not? Hunt gets all of it and kicks the goal. That's why there was no players back there, because she could kick the goals. Fantastic work there, and a great goal there by Hunt.
8-point game now. Chloe Hunt playing her first game for the Southern Saints, linked to the Eastern Devils locally. And for the first time, the margin is beyond a kick. This, of course, the second half of a massive season-opening doubleheader on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. You can watch every Rebel VFLW and Smithy's VFL game live and free via those platforms. You can also get live stats thanks to the match centres as Ryan tries to burst forward, unable to. Plenty of numbers around the ball for both sides. It's been a feature of the contest tonight. Freeman taking a turn in the ruck. Won it down, but only as far as Tregellis. Guttridge sends it forward, but kicking blindly where it's intercepted by Watts. The birthday girl able to find a teammate, and this looks better from Collingwood, although they might turn it over at centre half forward. They win it right back though. Campbell bounces it inside 50. Dangerous stuff here. The chaos ball might work out. It spills free and sent goalward, but well wide of the mark, and Fosbrook unable to keep it alive.
Really good use of the handball there by the Pies. They're able to manufacture that shot on goal. Unfortunately, just wide of the target. Their inside 50s has been a real big statistic, a real big differential. 28 to the Pies, 9 to the Saints. They have converted 3 times out of the 9. 33% conversion, have the 3 straight majors and find themselves with a very handy 8-point lead. Ball coming in now. Boyd with a great kick. Found their teammate there in Ricardo. Ricardo elects to go short. Good one to find Charlotte Ryan. What can they do here? They'll look down the line. Hunt providing a big lead. Hunt will camp under this one. Almost a strong grab. Come to the side of the pack. Getting away with it there was Peterson. Put it into the middle. They'll battle for it here. Kick going forward there. It was nice by Ramos. Now to the top of the square. It's a race. Who can get there first? Boyd just above the footy trying, and it'll go out over the line. Great defence in the end from the Southern Saints. That's 30 inside 50s they've had to defend, and they've only let in 1 goal for. It's been an amazing effort.
Yep, they were the best defensive team in the comp last season, so no surprises there that the Southern Saints are defending strongly. They'll look to keep that up in season 2024 while just improving the offensive side of their game a little bit as well. They were ranked 11th in the competition in terms of scoring, better than only the Darebin Falcons, who didn't win a game all season. So that'll be an area in which Michelle Densley, the coach, will want them to improve heading into this season. Big pack of players around this ball. And the umpire says, give it to me. Ramos up to 15 disposals. She's been highly influential. Only 21 years old. A lot of scope for improvement there, but looks like she could be a big factor in this competition this season and potentially find herself in AFLW conversations. Freeman to go up against Penry. The ladder tried to thump it forward. Tregellis so clean with ball on the ground. We see another example of it, but the Saints unable to turn it into anything major as Shoot intercepts.
Shoot with the ball. Shoot just put it in to the corridor. That was nice. A great pickup Now Ramos got the hand pass going forward. They'll get a shot at goal here, but it's wide. It hits the post. That's heartbreaking for the Pies. It was good, clean play straight down the corridor, but they'll get behind. 1-5-11. 3 straight, the Saints.
Osborne just couldn't quite get it through the sticks. They've had a couple of golden opportunities, Collingwood, this quarter. And that's a lasso. And Collingwood will get a chance to drive it back in. Ramsdale didn't realise the pressure was coming from the side. And she's turned it straight back over.
Hines came straight off the bench there and applied that smother. That was absolutely brilliant work.
In fact, it's Collingwood ball. Now the umpires are going to talk about it. I thought it would have been a Southern Saints ball, but it's going to be Fosbrook to send it back into attack. Big pack of players. Plenty of Saints have gotten back. Ramos looks a little bit sore after that attempted kick. That'll be one to monitor as we get the ball out of bounds on the full in that position once again.
Yeah, so a few injured Pies there behind play. Granville also clutching at her knee as well. Kick comes in now from Ramsdale. Falls to the foot of the pack. Saints will get it out here. Pearce trying, just couldn't. Jolliffe was on it as well, but we'll get a ball up here inside 50 for the Pies. Pearce and Torpy battle away. Pearce won the tap. Bursting through there was Lang. He was dispossessed of the footy, and we'll get another tie-up. And another ball up here. So 15 and a half minutes gone. 4.5 minutes to play here in the third term. Game in the balance. Torpy won the tap. It was locked up again. Appeals for holding the ball. And those appeals were answered. So great tackle by Friend. Friend brings it out broadcast side. Finds Trejallis, but just couldn't take the mark. Swooping in there were the Saints. Ball still in congestion. Hotly contested footy. And we'll get another ball up.
Fosbrook on the bottom of the pack. She's been busy, just hasn't had everything go her way, but she's been involved plenty. Lays on the block here for Pearce. Nikolitsis keeps it alive. And Ryan leads the scrum over the boundary line. Three and a half minutes to go in this term. It's a 7-point game. 3 straight the Saints. 1 goal 5 for Collingwood. Lennox pushed off it by Hunt. He's looked dangerous when given opportunities. And despite leading this game, the Saints haven't actually had a lot of ball forward.
They haven't indeed. Great tackle pressure by both teams. Even on the tackle count, 63 apiece. Quite a toughly and hotly contested footy as that one was wrapped up again. That'll add more to the tackle count. From a disposal perspective, the Pies lead 144 to 139, so pretty even around the grounds. The only statistic that really stands out is that inside 50 number. However, the conversions for the Saints have been far better, with the inside 50 count being 33 to 9. Pearce winning the tap there. Ball comes down. Almost trying to burst through. The Saints will get another tackle here. They just will it forward there through Hines, but in the hands of Collingwood. Now they'll get it going through Granville into centre half back. Picked up the footy nicely, was Friend, and got it going forward. Ball into the middle. That one's wrapped up. We're going to get another ball up here. 2 minutes left here in the quarter. There hasn't been any additional stoppages, so goals are a premium here in this game. What can Collingwood manufacture. Bursting through now with some pace was Peterson. Put the kick in, some great work in defence. And the Saints, they'll just work it out here through Ryan.
That they will. Sets it up for Eno, who couldn't complete the mark. Ryan came back to get her own ball again. Only as far this time as Walsh. Joined the Pies from Melbourne Uni in the off-season. Ramos, leading ball winner on the ground. That's number 16. Not her best, though. Ryan just hammers it forward to a one-on-one to Giacomi and Sultry. Sultry's done well to work it towards a boundary line, and she's kept it alive. Won't turn it over just yet, and the Saints will win a free for high contact. Well done, Sultry. And Charlotte Ryan, who's covering a lot of ground in this third term, to take the free. High ball up the line. Lennox crashed the pack. Now we get a ball up. 30 seconds to go in the term.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. Interesting moment in the game here in the third term. Saints will just want to lock this one in, and the Pies try and burst through. That one comes out wide. They get the kick going forward here. This could be dangerous on the edge of 50. Congestion ensues, and you think that's probably going to be it for the quarter. 10 seconds left on the clock. Ball up just outside 50. Pearce tried to get a tap going over the top. Just couldn't. Holding free kick. It's going to go in the way of the Pies. It's going to take a 60-metre kick from here, but play will stop there. So at the end of the third term, it's the Saints 3 straight 18. Collingwood 1-5-11. They're going to shape up for the kick anyway. Kick has been taken. Plenty of purchase on it, but it's going to drop short. So that will be officially the end of the third term. 3 straight 18. Collingwood 1-5-11.
Hunt, Plain and Ricardo.
They win that tap going forward. Tingelis tried to get the footy first, but just couldn't. Now the Pies, they'll get that entry first. The Saints' defence has been like a brick wall. They've been able to hold up and weather the storm. And they've got 20 minutes to hold on and try and pinch a victory in the Rebel VFLW game. It's going to be quite interesting here. Torpy and Tregellis. The two twin towers have been brilliant for the Saints in this game. That one was Boyd. Couldn't quite get it going or moving, so we'll get a ball up here on the edge of 50.
You get the feeling Collingwood absolutely need this first goal. They've only managed one to this point of the game. Ryan's kick forward. Cronin couldn't quite handle it cleanly.
One thing I've been impressed with, Peps, is even though it's been frustrating, they haven't kicked majors, they've been able to really keep their shape and their structure.
Yep, their structure behind the ball has been terrific for the majority of this game. Charlotte Taylor had her kick smothered. Charlotte Ryan has been really impressive in this second half of the Saints, as has this woman, Chloe Hunt. Keeps it alive. Ryan wins the one-on-one. And the mark not quite taken by Ingram. In again goes Hunt, but unable to break free.
You're right there, Peps. Impressive is a great way to describe Hunt. The football just hasn't been in her zone a lot, but when it has, they've been quite dominant. Clearance there, one, but just couldn't get it going to her favour. Torpy racking up another clearance. The Pies will bring it out to Taylor. Taylor with a mark. They'll look down the line. Great hitting of the target there. Good build-up of play. That's one thing the Pies have been impressive. They go inboard now. It's a dangerous kick on that 45-degree angle. Picked up nicely there with July. Just getting it out now to Friend. Put it in to the corridor, but a great intercept mark there by Cronin. Cronin's a great kick of the footy. Let's see what she can manufacture here. Get onto that one. They go into the middle. Just couldn't. Ball bobbling around at the moment. And the Saints are happy to wrap that one up with Tregellis applying the tackle and a ball up in the middle.
She does kick a good ball, though. Some players just looks a little bit different coming off their boot, and I think she's one of them on this ground tonight, at least. Ryan, Torpy just bangs it forward. And taken high. There was Lennox. Plays on immediately. She knows the urgency of the situation. Ingram's wide. Ball eludes her though. And taking it with some dash and dare is Eno. Handballed it to herself. The kick let her down, and now the Pies a chance to go the other way. Taylor up the line, and that wasn't touched, so that'll be a turnover.
Saints will be happy with this one here. Boyd to bring it in. Speaking of good kicks, Boyd has also got a wicked foot. Boyd to play on, then got plenty of it, went long with it, almost a mark at the front of the pack there by Nikolaitsis, but it was wrapped up, and we're going to get another ball up here. Pearce and Torpy. Pearce won the tap, but it came down, and another tackle and a repeat stoppage. It's an interesting moment here for the Saints. They're happy for this repeat stoppage game to happen. The Pies will be a little bit more desperate to get some outside run and carry. Scoreboard and the clock are the ally of the Saints at the moment. And again, that gets wrapped up, and valuable seconds tick away here for the Saints at home. Pierce tried to keep that in. It just hugged the boundary line. Torpy double tapped that one to go forward. Now into a little bit of space here. Trying to get the hand pass forward was Penry. Now it's bobbled out. Peterson was tackled. Got it moving, however. Now the Pies are away. Shoot. Put it into the middle. Gathering that one was Osborne. Then lost it. It'll come out here for Lang, who's been impressive today. And holding the ball here. Great tackle in the end. And it's going to be Dyson at the edge of 50.
Couple of kicks from goal is Hannah Dyson. Gives off the handball. Peterson immediately in trouble. Lost control of the ball. And a goal scoring opportunity potentially goes begging. Nikolitis so strong, able to get out of danger. Penry has Nikolitis running by. Instead, goes longer by foot. Collingwood with numbers. Watts or Ryan. One of them should get there first. It's the latter. Gives it off to Watts. Changes direction and finds Ramsdale. Collingwood moving a little bit quicker. Just missed the target though by foot, which opens the door here for Guttridge. High ball into attack. But straight to Watts. He's going to get another go at it. This time she looks central. Too tall for Pearce. Chance for Saltree. Just wrangles it around the body to the top of the square, and Nikolitis called to play on. The crowd thought it was a mark. I thought it was a mark, but the umpire thought no.
Well, it's round one here at the VFLW, in the Rebel VFLW competition. The legs are starting to get heavy. This game is really starting to open up. A lot less congestion as Lang wheeled around, got that on the boot. Hunt trying to get there first. Meg Ryan, the captain, just knocking it forward, got the hand pass going. Now the Pies, they've got some run and dash here. The ball will go out wide, or go out over the boundary line. And it's going to be a Saints ball here as they start to bring that one back in. This game is really in the balance at the moment. It can go either way, and it's, as I was saying, it's really starting to open up. Great inside 50 entry with the kick. Ball to the back of the pack. And it's awarded here a high free kick. It's going to go in the way of the Pies.
That's Lennox, former Carlton VFLW player. Made life difficult for herself and Peterson as well. And it's turned over. Lang, one way then the other. Off to Ryan, centering ball. Ramsdale, strong in defence when the Pies desperately needed it. Wide for Watts. Has Fosbrook short. and finds her. Ryan next in the chain. Up the line. Osborne outpointed on that occasion by Matthews. And we'll get a ball up. Collingwood worked it just to their defensive side of the wing. Approaching the halfway mark of the quarter though. They need a goal. Desperately. Fosbrook overran it. Tregellis has been terrific. As has Nikolitsis. Boot to ball. Gets it to Stobie. Top of the square. Hunt. Outpointed Ryan with the body, but couldn't take the mark, and she's kept it in play. Ryan now snaps towards goal and just misses. That one would have shut the door on the Pies.
Inside 50 count at the moment, 14 to the Saints, 38 to the Pies. The last 5 inside 50s have been to the Saints, and they get that behind, which makes it an 8-point margin. It's 2 kicks. That's going to be mighty tough here for the Pies at the moment, especially with their conversion and the Saints starting to build momentum. 11 minutes left in the game. That kick came in, found the target in Ramsdale. Ramsdale takes off, got it onto the right boot. This looks dangerous. Extra numbers around the footy for the Saints. Tregellis picked it up nicely, bursting through. Got the kick away. It's going to be here for Hunt. Will it fall for Hunt? Not quite. Hunt going through, was tackled high, and it's going to come back, and Hunt is going to have a shot at goal here. So this could put it out of reach completely. Can Hunt convert? Chloe Hunt had the shot earlier and converted. Can kick the footy a decent distance. I reckon this is close to her range. She looks very comfortable through the grass in the air to check the wind. Taking her time. Left foot. That looks nice. It's long, it's strong, and it's home. Hunt kicks the fourth for the Saints, and they all get around them. Fantastic stuff. 4-1-25. The Pies 1-5-11.
Yep, that's her second goal. And at 14 points, it would be a Herculean effort for Collingwood to come away with the win. The Saints very much in control. Nine and a half minutes to go. Ramos has 19 for the Pies. Next up is Walsh with 13. Lang 18. Tregellis 16 for the Saints. From the restart. Torpy wins it down. Nikolitsis is tackled. We'll do it again. Breaking away for Collingwood is Freeman. Kick smothered though by Ryan, who's had a huge second half. Hines just puts it on the boot. Bouncing ball towards forward 50. Friend is there. Breaks a couple of tackles and drives it inside 50. Hunt! Can't take the mark. Cleaned up an opponent though. And it's going to be advantage Collingwood. Lennox into the centre. Another big collision averted. Cronin left it behind though, and the Saints go back inside 50. Off hands. Blind turn terrific. Handball misses the mark though, and Collingwood just bang it out of there.
They do, bang it out indeed, but Boyd was there to receive. Boyd taking the mark and just tells their teammates, let's just slow it down here. The clock is our ally. Let's take our time. Let's have a bit of calm. Boyd told to play on. Boyd looking for Hunt, who set under that, couldn't quite get it in the end. Lang was down there, put it into the middle. Ball bobbling around at the moment. It's anybody's footy. There's Lang, who's been impressive, was tackled with a great tackle. And there'll be a ball up inside 50 for the Saints. That inside 50 count now, 17 to 38. The Saints really starting to get on top late in this game. Torpy got it, put it up into the middle. High up and under ball. Drops to the foot of the pack. Pies looking for the clearance here. Trying to get out of trouble there was Shoot. Hand pass comes inboard. This is good. They link up with a series of hand passes now. If they can get a target here in the middle, this will be really interesting. Great fist from behind there from Sultry. Now to the foot of the pack. Torpy got onto it, looking for Hunt. Hunt and Lennox go at it. Couldn't quite go out to the back of the pack here. The Pies looking for a clearance. They do get that clearance. Torpy coming across with the big fist. Ball goes to the back of the pack. Now snapped around the body, goes into the middle. And the Pies have it here across half back.
This is Peterson. We'll get it back. In fact, that's Ramos. It was out wide. Fosbrook has it all to do against Ryan. The ladder has been terrific, but she turns it over on this occasion. Collingwood chance to go through the corridor. Cronin trying to combine with Ramos. Lennox just says, I'll bang it forward and hope for the best. Out of sight of the ground. Collingwood needs a goal from this foray forward. Struggling to possess the footy. Now Ryan inboard. And the kick is good for Watts. Has a teammate calling for it wide in Dyson. Instead, they're going to stay in the corridor. Watts drives it inside 50, but it's cut off. The Saints have all the answers at the moment as Guttridge hangs on.
Guttridge does, and Guttridge is free to take as much time as they can. Went to a 2-on-1 there. Jalif couldn't quite get it. The Pies will have a chance at attack here. They've got to go here. This is super important in the context of the game. Great work to get to the drop zone. Couldn't quite catch the footy was Jacomi. Now away is Peterson. Peterson put it into the corridor. It was a great kick, but the Saints will work it out here. They'll clear it to the outer side. It's going to be a foot race here. Ryan's leading the race. It's going to take a little while to get there. Ball just stays in. Ryan gets out there to pick it up. Ryan has it now. Goes down the wing, comes into the corridor. Not a bad kick in the end. The ball's still bobbling around at the moment, and they're happy to wrap it up. We're now into 15 minutes gone, 5 minutes left of the game. The Saints, you'd think they just need to get numbers behind the footy and kill it as much as they can. The Pies have got to get some clean, fast-flowing attack.
That's something they've struggled to get all game. But they turn it over and get to go forward once again. Bouncing ball out wide. Dyson didn't get a clean handball away. Umpire generous. Pies go inside 50. Off hands. Boyd, Torpy. Needs to be careful here, the big ruck. Just puts it on the boot. And finds friend. She goes long for Hunt, who's gotten behind the Collingwood defence. She wants to add another goal. Puts it inside 50. Stobie didn't take possession, and the Pies defence will hang on. Freeman has it.
So Freeman now with it, turns, goes. They've got to be urgent. They've got to be quick here, do the Pies. Wheeling out of that one, that was nice, into the corridor. This is good play. They can't take their time. They've got to hurry. They need to make sure that they have the numbers to their advantage. At the moment, the Saints are just streaming back in defence. Ball into the middle now. This next kick's got to be good. It's out into space. Peterson working hard for it. Ball just bounced over her head. Now picked up at the moment. Shot a goal. There it is. The Pies get one through Granville. This makes it very interesting. 2-5-17, 4-1-25. And that came from really good play. Just generating it, moving it quickly, getting it going forward. Still 2 kicks though.
And the worst part about kicking a goal is that they lose about 30 seconds going to the middle, but it's a necessary evil for them at the moment. They finally get their second goal of the game. Charlie Granville, who's come off the North Melbourne AFLW list and slotted into this Collingwood lineup. 8-point game. It has to be perfect footy from here on out for the Pies. From the restart, Ingram overran it. Bang forward for the Saints. Watts keeps it alive into the corridor, and Lemos has it. Run and carry provided for Collingwood. To the one-on-one. Granville got a fist on it. Jaliff just bangs it forward. Lennox misreads it. Strong tackle. Nikolitsis needs to be careful. Didn't give away the free. Collingwood with numbers, but Ryan gets to the ball second and gives away the free. 2 minutes to go.
So under 2 minutes left here. The Saints have just got to hold on to this one as long as they can. On the edge of 50 here. Hunt applying the lead, but will retire back to the square and just waiting, looking, lurking. Now Hunt takes off. The lead's there, but they're going to kick this as long as they can to the top of the square. Hunt at the back, couldn't quite. It's off hands. Oh, stays in. Great work here. The players keep that one in. Now they can generate some attack of their own. However, there's a wall of Saints out there on the other side. Kick coming back in there was from Matthew. In the back, shouts of in the back. And there it is, pushing the back. It's going to be a free kick on the outer side.
So the Saints are going to win it. That's a surety now. 8 points in 60 seconds. Way too big an advantage. Taylor just hammers it out of defensive 50. Gets a contest from her forward. But the Saints do have numbers. Peterson misses the tackle. Lang's been terrific all game. Ends up with the footy here, but unable to progress. (4-1) plays 2-5. Collingwood have dominated the inside 50 count. They've had more scoring shots, but they just haven't been able to take advantage of their opportunities going forward, and the Saints forward line has been opportunistic. Chloe Hunt with the 2 goals. Nikolitsis bashing and crashing her way through. Only as far as Ryan, who's a solid customer herself, and that'll do it. The Southern Saints kick off season 2024 with a win in the Rebel VFLW. They defeat Collingwood 4-1-25 to 2-5-17. Chloe Hunt with the 2 goals. Singles to